Welcome to this deep dive
Okay.
into lean manufacturing.
Right.
We're going to be unpacking some really fascinating insights
Cool.
from this book on maintenance planning and scheduling.
Okay.
But there's a bit of a twist.
Okay.
It all hinges on a lean environment.
Hmm.
So picture this. A factory where everything just flows,
Yeah.
production's humming along waste,
Right.
is practically non-existent.
Got it.
That's the promise of lean.
Right.
And today we're going to explore how it all comes together.
Sounds good.
All right, so...
Well, this is a fascinating journey.
Okay.
It takes us way back to the early 20th century
Wow.
with Taiichi Ono
Okay.
and the Toyota Production System, or TPS.
I see.
But the seeds were actually planted even earlier
Really?
by Sakichi Toyota, who founded Toyota Loom Works.
Okay.
He sent his son, Kichiro, to study Ford's mass production methods
Ah, interesting.
in the 1920s.
Okay.
But what's really interesting is how Toyota went in a totally different direction.
So they didn't just copy Ford. They innovated.
Yeah.
That's what's so cool about this whole thing.
Yeah.
Instead of just churning out as many cars as they could,
Right.
Toyota focused on eliminating waste at every single step.
Right.
It wasn't about being faster or cheaper.
Right.
It was about being better,
Yeah.
more efficient, higher quality,
Yeah.
and ultimately delivering more value to the customer.
That's a key point to remember.
Yeah.
Lean isn't just about cutting costs.
Yeah.
It's about maximizing value.
I like that.
It's about understanding what the customer really cares about
Yeah.
and then ruthlessly eliminating anything
Okay.
that doesn't contribute to that value.
So how do they actually put this into practice?
Right.
I mean, like, eliminate waste.
Yeah.
Sounds great in theory,
Sure.
but how do you actually identify waste
Yeah.
in a complex manufacturing process?
Well, that's where the concept of the 7 deadly wastes comes in.
The 7 deadly wastes.
Yeah.
I like that.
Toyota identified 7 categories of waste
Okay.
that can plague any process. Overproduction,
Wow.
waiting,
Mm-hmm.
unnecessary transportation,
Okay.
over-processing,
Right.
excess inventory,
Gotcha.
unnecessary motion,
Mm-hmm.
and defects.
Okay. 7 deadly wastes.
Yeah.
I bet our listener will remember that.
Hopefully.
So let's say you've identified these wastes.
Right.
How do you actually go about eliminating them?
Well, there are a number of lean tools and techniques that companies use,
Mm-hmm.
but one of the foundational principles
Okay.
is this idea of a pull system.
Okay. A pull system.
Yeah, so instead of producing goods based on forecasts,
Understood.
and pushing them through the system,
Yeah.
lean focuses on producing only what's needed
Okay.
when it's needed
Mm-hmm.
in response to actual customer demand.
So it's like a just-in-time approach.
Exactly.
You only make what's been ordered,
Yeah.
which helps to minimize overproduction
Right, yeah.
and unnecessary inventory.
Exactly.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
But lean isn't just a one-time fix, is it?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
The real magic of lean
Yeah.
is its emphasis on
Yeah.
continuous improvement.
Yes.
It's not about reaching a state of perfection and then just posting.
Yeah.
It's about constantly striving
Mhm.
to get better,
Yeah.
to find new ways to eliminate waste,
Okay.
to refine processes,
Mm-hmm.
and to deliver even more value to the customer.
It's fascinating to think about how all of this
Yeah.
started in a car factory,
Right.
but has since spread to so
Yeah.
many different industries.
You see, lean principles applied everywhere these days,
Yeah.
from healthcare to software development
Wow.
to even personal productivity.
That's really interesting.
The core ideas of eliminating waste,
Yeah.
focusing on value, and
Right.
continuously improving are universal.
Yeah. I'm curious, does lean place a lot of emphasis on technology and automation?
Whoa.
I know we tend to associate manufacturing
Yeah.
with robots and assembly lines.
While technology certainly plays a role,
Okay.
lean is really about empowering people.
Okay.
It's about creating a culture where everyone, from the CEO to the frontline worker,
Mm-hmm.
is encouraged to identify problems,
I see.
suggest solutions, and contribute to the continuous improvement process.
So it's not just about making machines more efficient.
Right.
It's about creating a more engaging
Exactly.
and fulfilling work environment.
That's a critical piece of the puzzle.
I like that.
Lean isn't about
Yeah.
replacing people with robots.
Okay.
It's about
Done.
giving people the tools and the autonomy to do their best work.
Right.
And when employees feel valued and empowered,
Yeah.
they're more likely to be engaged and to come up with innovative solutions.
Okay, so now let's dive into some of those tools and techniques that Lean uses
Yeah.
to achieve these impressive results.
Oh.
Our source material mentions a few intriguing concepts.
Right.
Value stream mapping,
Yeah.
5S, and Kaizen.
Okay.
What can you tell us about these?
Well, value stream mapping is all about
Yeah.
creating a visual representation of the entire process from
Okay.
start to finish.
Okay.
This allows you to see where value is added, where there are bottlenecks, and where waste is occurring.
Gotcha.
It's a powerful tool for identifying opportunities for improvement.
It's like drawing a map of the entire process, highlighting the efficient pathways
Exactly.
and the areas where things get bogged down.
Right.
I can see how that would be helpful. What about 5S?
5S is a methodology for organizing and standardizing the workplace.
Okay.
It stands for sort, set, and order,
Okay.
shine, standardize, and sustain.
So it's not just about tidying up.
It's not just about tidying up.
No. It's about creating a system
Yeah.
for maintaining order and cleanliness.
Exactly. And the benefits go beyond just aesthetics.
Yeah.
A well-organized workspace is a safer workspace.
Right.
And it also eliminates wasted time
Makes sense.
searching for tools or materials.
So it's a win-win.
It is.
A more efficient
Yeah.
and a safer
Yep.
work environment.
And how does Kaizen fit into all of this?
Okay, Kaizen.
Kaizen is the Japanese word for continuous improvement,
Right.
and it's one of the core principles of Lean.
Okay.
It's about fostering a culture where everyone is constantly looking for ways to do things better, to make small incremental improvements over time.
So it sounds like Kaizen encourages everyone to be an innovator,
That's right.
always looking for ways to refine processes and eliminate waste.
Exactly.
But let's be honest,
Yeah.
even with the best tools and techniques, right?
Implementing Lean can be a challenge, can't it?
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Our source material mentions some common pitfalls, and I think it's important for our listener to be aware of these potential challenges.
Right.
One of the biggest hurdles
Yeah.
is often resistance to change.
Resistance to change.
Yeah. People get comfortable with the way things are, and they may be hesitant
Right.
to embrace new ways of working,
Yeah.
even if those new ways are demonstrably better.
That makes sense.
So how do you overcome that resistance?
Yeah. How do you get people excited about Lean and on board with this new way of thinking?
Strong leadership is absolutely essential.
Strong leadership. Okay.
Leaders need to champion the change, to clearly articulate the vision for Lean,
I see.
and to communicate the benefits to everyone in the organization.
Right. So it's not enough to just talk about Lean.
It's not enough to just talk about
You
it.
have to walk the talk.
Yeah, walk the talk.
They need to be actively involved in the implementation process.
Yeah.
And they need to model the Lean behaviors they expect from others.
It sounds like a cultural shift. It's
It's a-
a change in mindset that
Right.
needs to permeate the entire organization.
You're exactly right. And that brings us to
Right.
another potential pitfall.
Okay, what's that?
Lack of management commitment.
Lack of management commitment.
Yeah. Sometimes leaders may give lip service to Lean,
Okay.
but then fail to provide the necessary resources or support for the implementation process.
I see.
Or they may set unrealistic expectations or timelines,
Right.
which can lead to frustration
Yeah.
and ultimately undermine the entire effort.
And it's like any major organizational change.
It is.
You need a clear vision,
Yeah.
a solid plan,
Right.
and a commitment from the top to make it happen.
And let's not forget about training.
Training,
Implementing Lean requires,
new skills and knowledge, and it's essential to provide adequate training
right.
to everyone involved.
And that means?
This means not only technical training
Okay.
on the specific tools and techniques,
Right.
but also training on the Lean philosophy
That
itself,
philosophy. Okay.
on how to identify and eliminate waste,
Gotcha.
and on how to work effectively in a Lean environment.
Inadequate training can really sabotage a Lean initiative.
It can.
If people don't understand the concepts or how to apply them,
Right.
they're more likely to resist the change
Yeah.
or to make mistakes that could set the whole effort back.
And speaking of setbacks,
Yeah.
one of the biggest fears
Yeah.
that people often have about Lean is that it will lead to job losses.
That's understandable.
It is.
When you hear about eliminating waste
Yeah.
and increasing efficiency,
Right.
it's easy to jump to the conclusion that jobs will be cut.
Exactly. And that's why it's so important
Right.
for leaders to be transparent
Okay.
about the goals of lean
Yeah.
and to emphasize that it's not about reducing the workforce. It's about empowering employees and creating a more fulfilling and engaging work environment.
It's about working smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
And about harnessing the collective intelligence
Right.
of the entire workforce to drive continuous improvement.
Exactly. And that brings us to the heart of lean.
Okay.
It's a mindset,
That's it?
a way of thinking
Yeah.
that prioritizes continuous improvement,
Okay.
customer value, and respect for people.
So lean is not just a
Done it
set
with it.
of tools and techniques.
No.
It's a philosophy
Yeah.
that can transform the way an entire organization operates.
It certainly can.
Wow.
And when lean is implemented effectively,
Yeah.
the results can be truly remarkable.
Yeah.
We see companies achieving significant improvements
Like what?
in efficiency, quality.
Okay. Customer satisfaction
Yeah.
and even employee morale.
That's impressive.
It is.
Now let's shift our focus
Okay.
to the critical role
All right.
that maintenance plays
Yeah.
in lean manufacturing. Our source material stresses
Right.
that achieving a truly lean environment
Yeah.
requires a proactive approach to maintenance.
And that brings us to the concept of total productive maintenance, or TPM.
Okay, TPM, I've heard that term before,
Okay.
but I'm not entirely sure what it entails.
Sure.
Can you break it down for us?
TPM is all about eliminating accidents,
Okay.
defects, and breakdowns
Well,
by maximizing the overall effectiveness of equipment.
okay, so maximizing effectiveness.
Yeah,
And it involves a shift
it does.
from reactive maintenance,
Right.
where you're fixing things after they break,
Yeah.
to proactive maintenance,
Huh.
where you're taking steps to
Right.
prevent breakdowns from happening in the first place.
Yes, exactly.
So it's about getting ahead of the game,
It is.
anticipating potential problems and taking action to prevent them.
And a key part of that
Oh,
is understanding this concept of
Yeah.
overall equipment effectiveness, or OEE.
OEE.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's a key metric
It is.
in lean manufacturing.
OEE is like a report card
Okay,
for your equipment.
interesting.
It combines availability,
Okay,
performance, and quality
Yeah.
into a single number.
so it's not just about keeping machines running.
No.
It's about ensuring they're running well
Right.
and producing high-quality output.
That's right.
So a machine could be up and running,
Right.
but still have a poor OEE
Yes.
if it's producing a lot of defects
Exactly.
or running below its optimal speed.
Precisely.
Okay,
And one of the key strategies
Yeah.
for boosting OEE within a TPM program
okay.
is tackling the 11 major losses.
The 11 major losses.
These losses are categorized
Right.
as planned shutdowns,
Mhm.
breakdowns,
Right.
and those sneaky performance losses
Yeah.
we discussed earlier.
Okay, let's dive into those categories a bit.
Sure.
What are some examples of these 11 losses?
So planned shutdowns include things like
Yep.
tool changes
Okay.
and scheduled maintenance.
Mhm.
Breakdowns, of course,
Yeah.
refer to unplanned stoppages
Right.
due to equipment failure.
Gotcha.
And then you have performance losses,
Mm-hmm.
which are a bit more subtle.
Okay.
These can include things like
Yeah.
reduced speed,
I do.
idling, and minor stoppages,
Gotcha.
defects and rework,
Mhm.
and reduced yield.
So it's not just about avoiding major breakdowns. It's about
Yes.
optimizing every aspect
Yes.
of equipment performance.
Exactly. And that requires
Okay.
a well-structured maintenance function.
Okay.
Our source material outlines 3 key functions within maintenance:
Right. What are those?
work execution,
Okay.
planning and scheduling,
Hmm.
and reliability engineering.
That sounds like a lot to cover.
It is a fair bit.
Can you give us a quick overview
Sure.
of what each function entails?
Work execution is, as you might guess, all
Mhm.
about actually carrying out the maintenance tasks,
Yes.
whether they're planned or unplanned.
So that's where your skilled technicians come in.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Then you have planning and scheduling,
Okay.
which ensures that maintenance activities are
Mm.
properly prioritized,
Okay.
resources are allocated efficiently,
Right.
and downtime is minimized.
This sounds like the brains of the operation,
In a way, it is.
where you map out the best way
Yeah.
to keep things running smoothly.
And finally, there's reliability engineering,
Okay. Reliability engineering.
which focuses on improving
Mm-hmm.
the inherent reliability of equipment.
Okay, so how do they do that?
Through design modifications,
Okay.
preventive maintenance strategies, and root cause analysis.
So they're the problem solvers.
They are.
Looking for ways to make the equipment itself more robust and reliable.
Precisely.
And when all three of these functions are working in sync, you can achieve world-class maintenance excellence.
That's the goal.
That brings up an interesting question.
Okay.
How do you actually measure maintenance excellence?
Yeah.
Are there specific benchmarks or standards?
There are.
Okay, what are they?
They're often referred to as best maintenance practices, or BMP.
So BMP is about setting a high bar.
It is.
For maintenance performance and then figuring out how to reach it.
Exactly. It's about identifying best practices in all aspects of maintenance, from planning and scheduling to work execution and reliability engineering, and then implementing those practices to achieve world-class results.
It seems like achieving this level of maintenance excellence would require a high degree of teamwork.
Absolutely.
In a collaboration. Not just within the maintenance team.
Right.
But across the entire organization.
Teamwork is essential in Lean.
Yeah.
And this extends to the way maintenance is approached.
Okay.
Our source material emphasizes that Lean organizations rely on empowered, self-directed teams rather than the traditional hierarchical structure.
This sounds like a significant departure from the old school way of doing things, where you have a rigid chain of command and everyone has their clearly defined roles.
It is a shift, and it's one that often requires a change in mindset, both for managers and for employees.
Makes sense.
But the benefits are well worth the effort.
Okay, what are the benefits?
When you empower people to take ownership and to work collaboratively, you tap into their creativity and problem-solving abilities.
Right. And that's what drives continuous improvement.
So Lean isn't just about efficiency and productivity.
It's not just about that, no.
It's about creating a more engaged and empowered workforce.
Exactly.
Where everyone feels like they're contributing to the overall success of the organization.
Precisely. And when you combine that empowered workforce with the right tools and techniques, you can achieve some truly remarkable results.
That's a great place to wrap up part one of our deep dive.
Right.
We've covered a lot of ground, from the origins of Lean to the principles of waste elimination, the importance of continuous improvement, and how critical equipment reliability is to achieving a truly lean environment.
Absolutely.
We even touched on total productive maintenance and the idea of best maintenance practices.
That's right.
Stay tuned for part two,
where
we'll unpack even more insights from our source material.
And explore how you can apply these concepts in your own work and life.
I look forward to it.
All right, see you then.
See you then. Welcome back.
It's fascinating how lean thinking, born in the automotive world, has become so universal.
It really has.
Whether it's healthcare, software, or even our daily routines. The drive for efficiency and value really resonates everywhere.
It does.
Now let's get back to where we left off.
Okay.
The crucial link between lean and maintenance.
Right.
Our source material really emphasizes that a proactive approach to maintenance is absolutely essential.
It is.
In a lean environment.
Absolutely.
It's not enough to simply react to breakdowns.
Right.
In a lean system, you aim to prevent them altogether.
Exactly.
And that's where total productive maintenance, or TPM, becomes a real game changer.
It does.
We touched upon TPM earlier.
We did.
But let's unpack it further.
Okay.
What are the core elements that make a TPM program truly effective?
TPM is all about squeezing every ounce of effectiveness from your equipment.
Okay, squeezing every ounce of effectiveness.
That means everything.
So like?
From empowering operators to take ownership to implementing robust preventative maintenance strategies.
Okay, so those are like the two big buckets.
Those are the big ones,
And when we talk about effectiveness, we're talking about OEE.
Yes.
Overall equipment effectiveness.
We briefly mentioned OEE.
Right.
Could you remind us what factors feed into that metric and why it's so crucial in Lean? OEE is like a report card for your equipment.
A report card, okay.
It combines availability, performance, and quality into a single number.
So it's really giving you like a holistic view
it is.
Of how that piece of equipment is performing.
It's not just about keeping machines running.
Okay.
It's about ensuring they're running well and producing high-quality output.
So a machine could be up and running,
Right.
but still have a poor OEE
Good.
if it's producing a lot of defects.
Exactly.
Or running below its optimal speed.
Precisely.
And one of the key strategies for boosting OEE within a TPM program is tackling those 11 major losses.
The 11 major losses that we discussed earlier.
Right, we talked about those planned shutdowns, breakdowns, and then...
Right, and then those sneaky performance losses.
Right, those sneaky performance losses.
Yeah.
Okay, let's break those down with maybe an example.
Okay.
Which one of these losses tends to trip companies up the most?
You'd be surprised how much those seemingly minor performance losses add up.
Really?
Let's take idling and minor stoppages.
Idling and minor stoppages. Okay.
We're talking about brief interruptions in production. That might seem insignificant at first glance.
Yeah, like little blips.
A sensor glitch here, just a jam there.
Okay.
Individually, they don't cause huge downtime, but cumulatively, they can drain your OEE.
Wow.
Like a leaky faucet.
So it's death by 1,000 paper cuts.
A very apt analogy.
Of lean manufacturing.
The key here is that a strong TPM program is designed to be hyper-aware of these small losses.
Right.
It empowers operators to spot them quickly, and it provides the tools and systems to address them rapidly.
Now, our source material also highlights the importance of involving operators in the maintenance process.
You're right.
It's not just leaving it all.
It's not just leaving it
to the specialized maintenance crew.
To the specialized crew, no.
Traditionally, there's been this us versus them mentality.
Yeah, that's right.
Between operators and maintenance.
Yeah.
Lean and TPM specifically.
Right.
Seek to break down those walls.
Exactly. Like you want operators to feel a sense of ownership over their machines.
So it's not just running the machine.
It's not just running the machine.
It's understanding its quirks.
Yes.
Performing basic upkeep.
Right.
And knowing when something feels off.
Exactly. It's about empowering operators to become the first line of defense against those 11 losses.
That makes sense because they're the ones who are interacting with the equipment.
They're interacting with it daily, on a daily basis. Who better to spot those early warning signs of a potential problem?
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
But of course, this kind of operator involvement requires training and empowerment.
It does.
You can't just expect someone
You can't just expect them
to suddenly become a maintenance expert overnight.
Operator training is a cornerstone of TPM.
Okay. Operator training.
They need to understand basic maintenance tasks.
Like what?
How to perform routine inspections. How to lubricate and clean their machines properly.
Right.
And perhaps most importantly, how to identify and report potential issues.
And this training isn't a one-time thing, is it?
It's not a one-time.
It's an ongoing process.
It is.
As equipment changes and technology evolves.
Continuous learning is a key principle of lean.
Okay.
And it applies equally to operators as it does to any other role within the organization.
Now let's talk about preventative maintenance.
Okay, preventative maintenance.
How does that fit into the bigger picture of TPM and lean?
Preventative maintenance is about staying ahead of the curve.
Okay, staying ahead of the curve.
It's about scheduling regular inspections, lubrication adjustments, and component replacements to prevent breakdowns before they happen.
So instead of waiting for something to break down.
Instead of waiting and then scrambling to fix it.
Yeah, that reactive approach.
You're taking a more proactive approach. Much more proactive.
It sounds like you could save companies.
It can.
Money and headaches in the long run.
You're exactly right.
Yeah.
Preventative maintenance can significantly reduce downtime, improve equipment reliability, and ultimately lead to greater efficiency and cost savings.
It's all about preventing those unplanned stoppages that eat into your OEs.
Precisely. But even with the best preventative maintenance programs, things will inevitably break down from time to time.
Nothing's perfect.
That's where root cause analysis comes in.
Okay, root cause analysis.
So when a breakdown occurs, it's tempting to just fix the immediate problem and move on.
Right, just put a Band-Aid on it.
Right. Yeah. But in TPM, you dig deeper.
Okay, you dig deeper.
You ask why.
Multiple times.
So you really get to the bottom of it.
To uncover the underlying cause of the failure.
So you're not just treating the symptom.
You're not
You're identifying the disease.
That's a great way to put it.
So to speak.
By understanding the root cause, you can take steps to prevent similar failures from happening again in the future.
So it might involve redesigning a component.
It might.
Adjusting a process.
Right.
Improving training. Or even something as simple as
it could be
standardizing a cleaning procedure.
Exactly. It's all about continuous improvement.
Right.
Learning from your mistakes and making your equipment and processes more robust over time.
Now, all of this proactive maintenance training and root cause analysis requires a high level of planning.
It does.
And scheduling.
Absolutely.
How does that aspect of maintenance fit into the lean framework?
Mining and scheduling are absolutely essential for ensuring that maintenance activities are carried out efficiently and effectively.
Right.
This is where the role of the maintenance planner
the maintenance planner
becomes critical.
So you have someone who's essentially the conductor of the maintenance orchestra.
That's a great analogy.
Okay.
The maintenance planner is responsible for creating job plans, estimating labor and material costs, coordinating work schedules, and ensuring that resources are used effectively.
It sounds like a demanding role.
It is.
Requiring strong organizational skill.
Absolutely.
And a deep understanding of both the equipment and the maintenance processes.
It's a critical role in any successful TPM program.
But even the most skilled maintenance planner can benefit from the support of technology.
They can.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
What kind of technology is typically used in lean maintenance?
Computerized maintenance management systems, or CMMS, are becoming increasingly popular.
Okay.
These systems help organizations track work orders, manage spare parts inventory, schedule preventative maintenance tasks, and analyze maintenance data.
It sounds like a powerful tool for streamlining operations and making data-driven decisions.
As technology continues to evolve, we can expect to see even more innovative applications in the field of lean maintenance.
Now let's touch on something we mentioned earlier.
Sure.
Best maintenance practices, or BMP.
BMP.
How does an organization go about establishing these benchmarks and achieving world-class maintenance performance?
It's not a one-size-fits-all approach.
Okay.
BMP involves a thorough assessment of your current practices, identifying areas for improvement, and then implementing best practices based on industry standards and the specific needs of your organization.
So it's about setting a high bar for maintenance performance and then figuring out the best way to reach it.
Exactly. And that often involves adopting a more proactive, data-driven approach to maintenance, empowering employees, and fostering a culture of continuous improvement.
It all ties back to those core principles of lean.
It does.
Now, I'm curious, are there any real-world examples of companies that have successfully implemented TPM and achieved impressive results?
Absolutely.
Okay, what are some?
Companies in a wide range of industries, from automotive to food processing to pharmaceuticals.
So all over the place.
Have embraced TPM and reaped the rewards.
Okay.
They've reported significant improvements in equipment reliability, reduced downtime, lower maintenance costs, and improved safety.
That's encouraging to hear.
It is.
It shows that TPM is not just a theoretical concept.
No.
It's a proven approach to achieving operational excellence.
But for our listener who might be feeling a bit overwhelmed by all this information, what would you say are the most important things to remember about TPM? I'd emphasize 3 key takeaways.
Okay. 3 key takeaways.
First, embrace a proactive mindset.
A proactive mindset.
Don't wait for things to break. Anticipate and prevent potential problems.
Okay, that's number 1.
Second, empower your operators.
Empower your operators, okay.
They are your first line of defense against breakdowns and performance losses.
That was number 2.
And third, foster a culture of continuous improvement.
Continuous improvement.
Always be looking for ways to refine your processes, improve your equipment, and enhance your maintenance practices.
So it's not just about fixing machines.
It's not just about fixing machines.
It's about creating a sustainable system that empowers people and drives continuous improvement.
Precisely. And that's what makes TPM such a powerful tool for achieving lean excellence.
That's definite.
It's not just about maintenance.
Right.
It's about transforming the way an entire organization operates.
We've covered a lot of ground in our lean journey so far.
Yeah, we have.
Exploring the core principles.
Right.
The importance of eliminating waste, and how crucial a proactive approach to maintenance is.
Absolutely.
It's clear that total productive maintenance, or TPM, is a real game changer.
It is.
When it comes to achieving lean excellence.
It's incredible to see how these seemingly simple ideas, like empowering operators and focusing on preventative maintenance, can lead to such dramatic improvement in efficiency, reliability, and even workplace culture.
It's like a domino effect where one positive change triggers another, ultimately leading to a more engaged workforce, a smoother production process, and a more profitable business.
More profitable, for sure.
But I'm curious, what does this actually look like in practice?
In practice,
Can you give our listener a concrete example
Sure.
of a company that has successfully implemented TPM?
Absolutely. One great example is a food processing company I worked with.
A food processing company?
They were struggling with unplanned downtime, high maintenance costs, and a frustrated workforce.
So pretty common problem.
Could be common.
Yeah, okay.
They decided to embrace TPM, starting with a pilot program for one of their production lines.
So they didn't try to overhaul their entire operation at once.
They did not.
They started small and focused on proving the concept.
Yeah, that's a smart approach.
Yeah, I like that approach.
They involved everyone from the start.
Okay, so who's everyone?
Operators. Maintenance technicians. Engineers and managers.
So really a cross-functional team.
A true cross-functional team.
Yeah.
They provided extensive training on TPM principles, RIFS, and problem-solving techniques.
So they laid a solid foundation.
They did.
By educating their workforce and empowering them to take ownership.
Exactly.
What were some of the specific actions they took as part of their TPM program?
They implemented a rigorous preventative maintenance schedule, empowering operators to conduct daily inspections and basic upkeep.
All right, so really putting that into practice.
They established clear communication channels so operators could quickly report any issues or abnormalities.
So making it easy to report problems?
Making it easy.
All right.
And they created a system for tracking and analyzing downtime data to identify recurring problems and their root causes.
They were proactive, data-driven, and focused on continuous improvement.
Exactly.
What kind of results did they see?
The results were pretty impressive.
Okay, like what?
They saw a significant reduction in unplanned downtime.
That's huge.
Which led to a noticeable increase in overall productivity.
Okay, so that's the efficiency side.
The efficiency side.
What about the costs?
Their maintenance costs also went down as they were able to prevent major breakdowns and optimize their spare parts inventory.
That sounds like a win-win.
It is a win-win.
But what about the human element? Did they see any improvements in employee morale or engagement?
Absolutely. Operators felt empowered and valued because they were actively involved in maintaining their equipment and solving problems.
I like that.
The maintenance team was less stressed.
Okay, why is that?
Because they were spending less time reacting to emergencies.
Putting out fires.
And more time on proactive work.
It's amazing how a well-implemented TPM program can create such a positive ripple effect.
It really can.
Throughout an entire organization.
Yeah. And this is just one example. There are countless companies across a wide range of industries that have embraced TPM and achieved similar successes.
So it's a proven approach.
It is.
Now, for our listener who might be feeling inspired to embark on their own TPM journey, what advice would you give them?
I'd say the first step is to really secure buy-in from leadership.
Secure buy-in from leadership.
Okay. TPM requires a top-down commitment to be truly successful.
So it's not something you can just implement from the bottom up.
Not really.
You need that support and vision from the top.
Absolutely. And once you have that commitment, I'd recommend assembling a dedicated team that represents all the key stakeholders.
Okay, who are those?
Maintenance operations, engineering quality, and of course, leadership.
So you really need a diverse group of perspectives. You do.
To make sure the program is designed and implemented effectively.
And the next crucial step
Yeah.
is to thoroughly assess
Okay.
your current maintenance operations.
Thoroughly assess.
Identify your pain points,
Yeah.
your areas of waste, and your biggest opportunities for improvement.
Exactly.
So a bit of introspection is needed.
A little bit.
Before you jump into action.
Yeah.
You need to understand where you are. Before you can figure out where you want to go.
Precisely. And once you have a clear picture of your current state, you can start developing a detailed implementation plan.
Right. An implementation plan.
This should include specific
like
goals, objectives, timelines, and most importantly, metrics for tracking your progress.
That's key.
Yeah.
You need to be able to measure your success.
You do.
And see if you're actually moving the needle.
Exactly.
In the right direction.
And of course, don't underestimate the power of
What's that?
training and communication.
Training and communication.
Make sure everyone involved in the TPM program understands the principles, the benefits, and their specific roles and responsibilities.
You need to create a shared understanding.
You do.
And a sense of ownership among your team.
And finally, remember that implementing TPM is a journey, not a sprint.
Not a sprint.
There will be challenges and setbacks along the way.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But by staying focused on your goals,
right,
embracing continuous improvement, and empowering your people, you can achieve truly remarkable results.
It's been a fascinating deep dive into the world of lean manufacturing and total productive maintenance.
We've explored a lot.
We've explored the origins of lean, its core principles, the crucial role of equipment reliability, and how a proactive, data-driven approach to maintenance can really transform an entire organization.
It can transform an organization, for sure.
We've seen how seemingly simple ideas, like eliminating waste and empowering operators, can lead to dramatic improvements in efficiency, quality, and even employee morale.
Employee morale, too,
We've also explored the key elements.
We have.
A successful TPM program, the importance of leadership, teamwork, training,
continuous improvement, of course.
And we've even seen real-world examples.
We have.
Of companies that have embraced TPM.
Yes.
And achieved some pretty impressive results.
Hopefully you, our listener, have gained a deeper understanding of lean manufacturing and TPM. And you're feeling inspired. To apply these concepts in your own work and life.
Remember, lean is not just about efficiency. It's about creating value for the customer.
For the customer,
Empowering employees.
Absolutely.
And fostering a culture of continuous improvement.
And TPM is an essential element of lean, helping organizations maximize equipment effectiveness, reduce waste, and improve overall performance.
We encourage you to continue exploring these concepts. To experiment with different approaches and to share your learnings with others.
Because the journey of continuous improvement never ends.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Thanks for having me.
We hope you found it valuable.
I hope so too.
And as always, you can find additional resources and links in the show notes.